Ho, ho, ho! It's one of my favorites. It's called The Biggest, Smallest Christmas Present, and it's about Clementine. Clementine lived in an ordinary house on an ordinary street with her ordinary mom and dad and her brother Charlie. And there was one extraordinary thing about Clementine. Okay, here we go. Okay, everybody see Clementine? But she was really, really small. She was so small, she can take a bath in a teacup. Imagine that. Can you imagine being that small? Only that tall, and a teacup is what, maybe that big around? Imagine taking a bath in that. And she slept in a box that was like for matches. So they made a little bed for her. Yep. And then she could, most of the time it was fun being little. I mean, she could use the sink in the bathroom as a swimming pool. Yep. And she can climb on, the little blocks that have the letters on them. She could climb up and down them. There we go. Sadly, though, Christmas morning was not one of those times when she was really having fun being small. Santa brought her nice presents, but what do you think the problem is with the presents he was bringing her?
Because they were too big.
They're too big. Yeah. Santa didn't know how little she was. That was the problem. So, I mean, even like look at the angel wings, and like a magic wand, and the slippers. I mean, she could sleep in the slipper because she was so small. Yeah. But they were all very big, so it was time for Clementine to find a way to let Santa know just how small she was. She would make Santa a giant gingerbread cookie and use the icing to write that I'm a tiny person, and Santa would be able to read it before he eats it. So Clementine spent the whole day making that big, beautiful cookie for Santa, and then she went to bed dreaming about all the toys that would be the right size for her. So see, there she is doing the icing on the cookie. The cookie is bigger than she is.
But all that little candy looks just like me.
The next morning, Clementine woke up on Christmas morning, and the cookie was gone. But waiting for her was a puppy, and by the fireplace. Santa is never going to know how small I am, cried Clementine. My guess is, what do you think happened to the cookie? I think the puppy ate the cookie, so he never saw the note that she left for Santa.
She should just have to write with that pen already.
Yeah. So,
Let's
yep, I think he ate the whole thing. Over the year, Clementine grew, but not enough to hold on to the puppy's leash. So the puppy was going to drag her all over the place. And you can see, look at how big the puppy is compared to Clementine. The next Christmas Eve came, and it snowed. And then her brother Charlie says, perfect, Clementine can write Santa a message on the roof, and he'll see it when he lands the sleigh up there, and he'll know that she's really small. So she started to write Santa walking around on the roof of the house.
I don't think Santa was because Santa will land on top of the house.
Yeah. Okay. But the next morning, when Clementine came downstairs, there was a shiny new paint box. I think it was watercolors. And a very big paint box. And then her mom said it must have snowed last night. So look at how big the paint box is. Wow. So that was kind of not such a good thing. Over the year, the whole family thought really hard how to tell Santa how tiny Clementine is. So his dad printed out a whole bunch of pictures of Clementine playing with the toys so Santa would see how small she was, and hung them all over the fireplace so that he'd see them. You see that all right?
I think she would leave a message.
Hmm?
I think she should leave a message.
Yeah. Well, leaving the pictures was kind of a message. It was without words, though. And her dad said, you did have a lot of fun with them anyway. And Clementine said, yeah. So she found a way to play with all the toys, even though they were way too big for her. The paintbrush, she was able to use the xylophone, you know, the things that you take and bang on the keys of a xylophone. She was using them as stilts. And they could stand on the nose of the puppy. Then on Christmas morning, Clementine went downstairs and found a huge, great big package by the fireplace. This Christmas present was the biggest one that Santa ever left. And Clementine goes, oh gosh, he's done it again. And then Mom and Dad go, oh dear. And then Charlie said, well, let's open it up anyway. Charlie liked to open up Christmas presents. Well, look at how big that box is. We're going to find out in a little while what it is. Then Mom says, oh my. Dad says, goodness. Charlie goes, wow. In front of all of them stood the biggest, most beautiful dollhouse that you ever saw, and it was just the right size for Clementine. Yeah, exactly. Everything was in there. It had its own fireplace. There's a Christmas tree, little dining room table, the bathroom, the right size for her, so you can take a bath in a regular, instead of having to use the teacup. So, I mean, Clementine was thrilled with that thing, so she wrote a note to Santa, and it says, Dear Santa, thank you for all the gifts, but especially for my new house. It is the perfect present for me. Lots of love, Clementine.
Wait, he doesn't even have real food in there.
They'd have to be little itsy bitsy things, wouldn't they? Because she was so small. Yeah. That was a fun story, wasn't it? Yeah. Good job, everybody. Well,